So I had a Rick and Morty prop scheduled for today, but then I got a bunch of new subscribers over from Star Wars Explained. Thanks, Star Wars Explained! So considering the circumstances, let's build us a bucket. For this build, I used EVA foam floor mats, hot glue, a heat gun, paint, a plastic dome, that's actually it this time. Alright, I also used this stuff. Scissors, razor, pens, box cutter. Today I'm making this new Red Guard character that was just revealed. So while it is possible to make a perfect dome out of EVA foam, check out Evil Ted Smith's foam dome tutorial. I just happen to have this novelty Easter egg half left over from the World War II garbage can build. And it's not like I'm using it for anything else because I actually used that as a functioning garbage can. Did have to rebuild the fins though, so that's gonna be my dome. I built an inner foam rim using this conveniently shaped scrap foam. I cut that to roughly the size of my head, and I hot glued it inside the dome. I cut the back of the helmet from a sheet of red foam. EVA foam comes in multiple colors. I think this came from Walmart, but I've found multicolored packs in other hardware stores. I don't want to just say go to the hardware store because some hardware stores just have gray, whereas others give you an option of the rolled foam or the multicolored packs. I think they have colored foam in Five Below, but I can't really be sure. I just moved, so I have to find a new foam supplier. I'm sharpening my knife to get a clean cut. You can actually see how the blade is dulling as I cut. You see that? See how it got kind of gnarled at the end? I heat formed that piece so that it would sort of stay in a U shape. Then I hot glued it to the brim? Is it called a brim when it's on the inside? I guess technically that'd be a sweatband. Gross. Then I cut the face shield shape from the remaining foam. After that, I carved a million freaking lines in the faceplate. Well, actually probably more like 37. I'm just guessing, I didn't count. And I was doing great until like 2 inches from the bottom, and then I totally messed up. And if I was doing this for commission, I'd have to just scrap that whole faceplate or cut off that bottom part, cut an identical one, and then re-glue it back on. But I'm not doing this for commission. This whole thing it's a proof of concept. Let that be a lesson to anyone actually attempting to make this for cosplay. Measure twice, cut once. You know, plan these builds more than a day in advance of the con. Build in time for stuff to go wrong. That was the whole thing with Rogue One. They built in time for reshoots, as you do with every movie, and people freaked out because they heard, oh, reshoot. We do that for every movie. It's how movies are made. People trying to kill the things they love. I don't get it. Alternatively, if this is going to appear on camera really far away or in low light or at an angle, and you have a million things that you got to keep track of, then you don't want to waste time on something that isn't going to matter. I glued it on with just a tiny little slot to see out of. Okay, so normally before you paint EVA foam, you should coat it in Plastidip, and that keeps the foam from absorbing the paint. But this only needs to last for a day, so I'm just going to seal it with a heat gun, and that should close up the foam enough for my purposes. That's also why I'm using the red foam, by the way, because I don't have to worry about putting on a base coat and then doing layer after layer of red paint like I would with a totally different colored foam. And there you have it, one Praetorian Guard helmet. Now I just have to hope that this is actually going to be a real character in Star Wars and not just another C2B5. That's the evil R2-D2 that was supposedly going to be in Rogue One that ended up not being in Rogue One. You know, if you're watching this video, then you know what I'm talking about. Hey everyone, if you like this video and want to see more, you hit the like button, the subscribe button, any old button you'll want. Unless you're watching this from a missile silo, then please, oh god, no, don't! If you want to support what I do so that I can do this more often and at a higher quality, then you can always support me on Patreon. Thanks for watching. Jake out.